Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be testing out a couple new drugstore products I am super excited about. I picked a couple things up at my local Walmart yesterday while I was there. I also have a couple things that are drugstore items that have been in my collection for a while. I haven't really had a chance to try out until somewhat recently, and I've kind of fallen in love with them, so we're going to be trying those out as well. The inspiration behind today's makeup look is really just kind of summer on the face because it is so cold outside. We have 6 inches of snow, more snow in the forecast, and I honestly am wondering if winter is ever going to end. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be creating this kind of bronzy, glowy, somewhat natural looking makeup look. I've got my t-shirt on, I've got my Converse on, my Holy jeans. We're pretending like it's warm. If you guys are interested in seeing what I think about some of these new drugstore products, how I got this makeup look, definitely make sure that you are subscribed before we get into it, and then we will go ahead and begin. I'm going to start off by going in with a little bit of this primer. I know this is not drugstore. Technically this is a Sephora primer, but I did get this in BoxyCharm last month. This is the Touch in Sol No Pore Bone Primer. I just am taking a pin-sized amount of that and just putting it right next to my nose, on the sides of my nose, on the center of my forehead between my brows, and kind of down here by the sides of my mouth. For foundation today, I'm going to take this. This is a foundation that I actually thought that I did not like. I almost decluttered this one. This is the NYX Mineral Foundation Stick. I don't want to say that I recommend this foundation yet, but here's kind of what happened. So the first time I tried this, I remember this sitting really heavily on top of my skin. I did not like it at all. Just about decluttered it, but decided to give it one more try because I only had tried it that one time. So I did try this again the other day using a just buffing brush, and I really liked the finish it gave to my skin. It may have been just a combination of this primer with this foundation, but we're going to use it again today because I do want to keep using it to really decide if I think maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. And this is just my IT Cosmetics buffing brush. And also, I don't know if you guys can tell, I have this weird white cast in my hair right here. I used a zinc based sunscreen today, and honestly I put that sunscreen on and it was purple. Not just a white cast, I truly had an Oompa Loompa purple cast to my skin that I hope is gone now. That was over an hour ago that I put that sunscreen on, but I also feel like it kind of got in my hairline, and now I'm looking a little bit purpley gray right here, which, let's not lie, I do have gray hair, but this is actually sunscreen, not gray hair. Now for concealer today, I am grabbing my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm taking the shade Light 20. I'm just going to take this one and put this on kind of the pigmentation areas that I have on my skin right now. Then I'm going to take a couple of tiny dots under my eyes. Then I'm taking Fair 5, which is a little bit lighter, and adding just a couple more dots under my eyes. And actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit of this on my lids as a primer today as well. Then I'm just going to buff that in with my brush. Now I'm just going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder on a fluffy brush and set my eye primer down. And just a little more powder just right on the center of my forehead, sides of my nose, around my mouth, and right under the cheeks. So I want to go in and do my eyebrows before we get into the rest of the face and the rest of the eyes. Today I'm using this little product. So this also came in a BoxyCharm earlier in the year. I did not initially like this. It's supposed to be an eyeliner, but you can see it's a very ashy kind of brown. But I discovered that this actually works pretty nicely as a brow pomade, so that's what we're going to use today. I'm just taking this Cala flat angled liner brush. So if any of you guys got this in BoxyCharm, if you did not like it as a liner, try it out as an eyebrow product. If you have, I would say, blonde to light brown hair, this definitely would probably work pretty well. Now I'm just going to lock those in with a little bit of my Essence Make Me Brow. Now let's jump into the face. So I have some fun new things I picked up from the drugstore. 2 of these I just picked up yesterday, and another one I've had for a while, but I just started kind of using it more regularly, and I've really kind of started to fall in love with it. So first off, we're going to be trying out this new bronzer from Wet n Wild. This is in the color Sunset Striptease. Also, I picked up the Peach Primrose Blush from Flower Beauty. You guys know this was on my wish list. So that's one item I can mark off my wish list, and I am super excited about this thing. And lastly, I have this thing. This is a loose highlighter from Wet n Wild. Now this has been around for a little while, and initially when I got it, I thought it was a little bit too intense for me, but I'm just going to show you guys kind of what this can do for the skin. It is intense, and we'll talk about it when we get into it, but this is a beautiful, beautiful product. But let's go ahead and jump into our bronzer first. I'm going to take my Morphe M527 brush. So this bronzer, you can already tell. Can you guys see how pretty that is? It's definitely a warm bronzer. I wouldn't say it's orange by any means. They did have another shade of this that actually looked quite orange in the pan, so I would probably steer clear of that one because I think this one actually looks quite warm on the skin, at least for me personally, but this is just a beautiful shade of bronzer. It's quite pigmented. It has a tiniest bit of a sheen to it. And inside the pan, this is such an interesting looking product, but when you look closely at the powder inside this pan, it looks truly like a velvet fabric. But I do think that's really pretty. Definitely is very warm, but I really want to go for just a nice, warm, glowy look today because we got another 5 inches of snow the other day on top of the 3 or 4 inches that was already there. And baseball tryouts are next week for my son, and I am so irritated. The snow is just never going to go away. So my oldest son is a high school freshman this year. He's really into sports, and he's been playing baseball since he was 5 years old. He is truly a baseball lover. He absolutely loves baseball. And I kind of feel like high school sports are they're kind of what you work your way up towards. And so I'm really excited for him to experience high school baseball, but I'm afraid that this season is going to be a bust because it is just so snowy outside. And I have a hard time imagining that this snow is going to be gone even by March. I think their first game is supposed to be in March. Alright you guys, so there is the bronzer. Hopefully you guys can kind of pick up just how nice and beautiful and warm that is, but it really just kind of sinks into your skin. Very, very pretty. So let's stop talking about that bronzer and move into blush. So here is the Flower Beauty Peach Primrose Blush. So excited about this one. I actually wore this yesterday and was super, super happy with it. This is a true peach colored blush. So this blush actually reminds me, especially of the formula of it, of the Bare Minerals That Peach Though blush, which I also love. These are a little bit different though. They look quite similar in the pan, but let me see if I can swatch these and show you guys. So here is the Bare Minerals blush. I have a watch on right here, and then here is the Flower Beauty one right here. So as you can see, the Bare Minerals has a little bit more of a pink tone to it, whereas the Flower Beauty one is definitely a pure, solid peach colored blush. I love them both. They definitely aren't dupes for each other, but if you are looking for a more affordable option for this blush, then I definitely would recommend this one as an alternative. Now moving into the Wet n Wild highlighter. So this is also a very unique highlighting formula. Now because this is a loose highlighter, it is a little bit more finicky to work with. I probably won't reach for this as much as I would one of my pressed highlighters, but let me tell you guys, I'm going to swatch this for you. Hopefully it will pick up. This highlighter is glorious. Now I have mentioned before that I am very finicky when it comes to glitters, especially on my face. I typically do not like glitter on my face, but I will make an exception if that glitter is ultra refined, and that's exactly what I would say this product is. The glitter particles in here, while they are there, it definitely is glittery. They're very super refined, and that kind of ends up giving your cheeks a wet looking highlight. Now granted, if you are out in the sunlight and someone is right up close in your face, they're definitely going to notice that this does have some glitter in it. But when you have a bit of distance and you're not in full sunlight, this looks so beautiful. So I'm gonna try this on for you guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see on camera how pretty this is. We're gonna start off in the center of the nose. That might be a little much for the center of the nose, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to go crazy with this product so you guys can kind of see its potential. So initially when I got this product and I swatched it and I saw the glitter, it kind of scared me off from using it on my face, and I've been using this for the last several months because I have had this for a while, mainly as an inner corner highlight or as a lid kind of topper. But if you are looking for an intense highlight, this is a beautiful face highlight. It also makes a really beautiful body highlight. So if you're wanting to kind of highlight your décolleté or your shoulders, maybe in the summertime you want to look really nice and glowy, this would be a really great product for that. Alright, so now I want to go back into my bronzer, and we're going to add a little bit of this to my eyelids. I'm going to take my Morphe M504 brush and just pop a little bit of this right above my crease. Sometimes when I'm really in a hurry, I'll actually just take my bronzer brush and I'll kind of pinch it and just do this. Little tip. If you ever have literally 2 minutes to do your makeup, that's a great tip. Now I'm taking this little brush. This is a blending brush from Juvia's Place. So I have a set of brushes that I picked up from Juvia's Place over the holiday sale, along with some of the palettes I got from them. I've been meaning to do a dedicated Juvia's Place video where I talk about their palettes, talk about these brushes. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, if you'd be interested in hearing my thoughts on these brushes, because they Initially when I got them, I kind of thought they might not work out for me, but I've actually been really impressed with how these perform on the eyes. Specifically this brush. This is a really nice, soft blending brush. It feels like silk. Now with that same blending brush, I'm going to go into my e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. I've been getting a lot of use out of this month, and I really love this eyeshadow palette. I especially love the matte brown shades in here. They are really stunning. This one in particular, this really dark rich one, and this nice warm one, they are so beautiful and easy to work with. So I'm actually taking equal parts of both of those, and I'm just going to kind of start smoking out this corner right here. And dipping back again just into the warmer brown. I'm going to kind of build that on top of that darker brown. I'm really just closing my eyes, and I'm almost shoving my brush right into where my eyes are closed right there, so it kind of gets the top and the bottom lash line at the same time, but it does it in a very diffused, non-defined sort of way. Just gives you that almost imperceptible depth. We're looking very summery on the face today, which I am loving. Now I'm going to go back into that loose highlighter just on my fingertip, and we're going to pop a little bit of that just right on the inner corner. You guys see how intense that is? Now I'm going to take just a little bit of this Urban Decay 24/7 liner just on my upper waterline, and then I'm going to add a couple of coats of this. This is the Catrice Lashes to Kill mascara, which is relatively new to me. I've just started using this thing and I really am loving it. So I will do that and I will be right back. Alright guys, so there are the finished eyes. Hopefully you guys can see just how pretty that mascara is. It's definitely not the most intense mascara ever, but it gives you really nice volume, really good separation, really good length. Now let's move on to lips. So recently I heard Emily Noel talking about some Charlotte Tilbury dupes. She did a whole video on some dupes that she had found for different Charlotte Tilbury products, and in that video she mentioned that she had found an exact dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lipstick, which you guys know is kind of her iconic lip color, and the dupe for that, she said, is the Flower Beauty lipstick in the color Spice Petal. So as I was watching that video, I remembered picking up a lipstick from Flower Beauty 3 or 4 months ago. I never really even tried it out. I think I got it for a drugstore video, never actually did that video, and it just kind of went into my bin of lipsticks and was forgotten. And I thought to myself, that might be the shade that I picked up. So I went and checked. Sure enough, that is the shade that I had sitting in my little bin. So I was super excited to pull this out now, knowing that this is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. So we're going to put this on today. I'm going to start off by going in with my Milani lip liner in the color All Natural. I'm just going to line my lips just slightly, the bottom and the top, especially this right side. You guys have probably noticed the right side of my lip is smaller than the left side, and when I talk it gets crooked. So I always like to try to overline this side and not this side. I don't know if that really helps, but I also have one very deep wrinkle on this side of my lip, which makes it very difficult to overline your lips when you have those really deep set wrinkles. And I'm sure more of those wrinkles are just right on the horizon for me. Yay. The joys of getting older. Now we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. Alright, so there's the lip color right there. You guys can see it's a very nice, soft, spicy pink. It's called Spice Petal. I think that's the perfect name for it because it really is like a spicy, warm pink. It actually reminds me of kind of the natural color of my lips if they were in really good condition. So this truly is one of those Your Lips But Better shades. And I love the formula of this. I would definitely say this is kind of a cross between a matte and a creamy finish. It feels very creamy on the lips, but it looks somewhat matte. Very pretty. I really love this thing, and especially now that I know it's basically Charlotte Tilbury's lipstick. But because we're doing glowy today, I do want to top that off with just a little bit of my e.l.f. lip gloss in the color Champagne Glam. Right in the center. Okay guys, and now looking at everything, I think everything's looking really nice. I just want to go over my cheeks one more time just with my bronzer brush just to kind of melt everything together. I also do want to add just a tiny bit more of this highlighter just right to the cheeks, right there, and then right on top of the lip again. And I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, that Juvia's Place brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of this just right to the center of the lid. Alright you guys, and this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys thought about some of these products. Have you tried any of these out? I would love to know in the comments below. What products from the drugstore are you guys really excited about right now? Are there any new things that you guys are really interested in trying out yourselves or maybe seeing me try? Definitely let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys again so much for stopping by today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new before you leave, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye. My Flower Peach Primrose blush in the color Peach Primrose. Darker Intense. It's Charlie! Hi, sweetie! Want to say hi?
Sure.
Sure. She is so cute though. No. What? Wow. She's really getting very good at the stink eye. Huh, you can't.
White.
It's white. Yes, you are so smart. Say, I'm Charlie.
I'm Charlie.
Yes. Are you singing a mermaid song? Oh, that's pretty. Say bye. Bye.